Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a long period of time since I last posted on this platform. I'm so sorry, please forgive me, I've had a lot going on. Now, let's get into today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, I am going to be teaching you all how to make a very beautiful mesh rug with bell sleeves. So I think I have a tutorial on this mesh pattern with normal sleeves, so if you're not a fan of bell sleeves, go check that out. But if you dig bell sleeves, this is the right video for you. Also, I'll be teaching you how to customize your shrug to fit whatever size you're making it for. So just get your measuring tape, it's going to be very important. And for materials, we'll be needing 5-ply milk cotton yarn, a 5mm hook, measuring tape, very important, and a pair of scissors. So now, before we start up our shrug, we need to take some very quick measurements. I will need you to take your tape and wrap it around the fullest part of your bust. I'll be leaving a diagram from Pinterest that illustrates how to do that. Once you've gotten your measurements, mine is 36, you will need to divide that by 2. So for me, 36 divided by 2 is 18. That's going to be the measurement for the front and back panel of your shrug. So please write down that figure and let's get into the tutorial. To begin, you're going to start by making a slip knot. So now you're going to make the total number of chains that measures up to the figure you got after you did the little measurement. Remember, mine is 18, so I'll be making the total number of chains that measures up to 18 inches. And the number of chains you make should be in the multiple of 4 plus 1. So I'm done with mine. I did a total of 69 chains. This is in the multiple of 4 plus 1 and it measures up to 18 inches. So once you have your desired number of chains made, you're going to hold on to the last chain, or you use a stitch marker and you place it into the last chain. Now we're going to make 9 chains extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yarn over and skip the 9 chains you just made and go into the 10th chain, so where you placed your stitch marker, and you're going to make a double crochet. Chain up 3, skip 3 chains, into the 4th you make a double crochet, chain up 3, skip 3 chains, into the 4th you make a double crochet. So now we are going to repeat the pattern till we get to the end of the row. So I've worked till I got to the end of my row and I have 4 chains remaining. So we're just going to repeat the same pattern. Chain up 3, skip 3 chains, and into the very last chain you're going to make your double crochet. And that's it for row 1. For row 2, chain up 6, and turn your work. So you're going to skip this stitch here and the first chain space, yarn over, go to the next chain space, and you make a double crochet. Now please note, this chain 6 that we did here counts as 1 double crochet and a chain space. Chain up 3, go into the next chain space and you're going to make a double crochet. Chain up 3, go into the next chain space and you make a double crochet. So we're going to repeat the pattern till we get to the last chain space here. Now, to finish up, into the last chain space, make a double crochet. Chain up 3, and you're going to skip 5 chains from the bottom, that's from the last double crochet stitch here. And into the 6th chain, make a double crochet. And that's it for row 2. Now for row 3, chain up 6 and turn your work. So yarn over, and we're going to skip the very first stitch here and the chain space, and would walk into the next chain space here. Chain up 3, and into the next chain space you're going to make a double crochet. Chain up 3, into the next chain space you make a double crochet. This is how your work should look like. So repeat the pattern just like we did for row 2 till you get to the last chain space here. Now let's finish up row 2. I already placed 1 double crochet into the last chain space here. So now we're going to chain up 3 and skip 2 chains from the bottom. Into the 3rd, you make a double crochet. And this is how your work should look like. So now you're going to repeat row 3 till you're okay with the length of your shrug. So you can place this on your body as you walk to determine how long you want this shrug to be. I'll do mine, come back, give you my measurements and tell you the number of rows I did. So guys, I'm done with mine and I did a total of 11 rows. This measures 7.5 inches. This is really okay for me. I don't want mine to be too long. So you can make yours longer, you can make yours shorter. And the next thing we're going to do is to chain up 1 and we cut. Now go ahead and make another panel exactly like this, same number of foundation chains, same number of rows, and we come back and join both panels together. This is my second panel, and now we're going to attach both together. I like to start from the neckline. So to determine how wide you want your neckline to be, please place this around your neck. Just take up 1 panel, place it around your neck, and use your stitch marker to map out how wide you want your neckline to be. I'll do mine and I'll tell you the measurement of my neckline. So this is mine. I don't want my neckline to be too wide. I don't also want it to be small either, just in between, sort of. And my neckline measures up to 9 inches. This is okay for me. You can make yours wider. And one important thing I forgot to add is the number of stitches you skip on this side should be the same with the number of stitches you skip on this side as well. Now, count the number of stitches you skipped here, or the number of chain spaces. That'll make it easier. And do the same for the second panel. Place your stitch marker the same way you placed on the first panel to the second panel. So now let's attach together. I will be attaching my neckline with my hook using slip stitches, but if this is not your cup of tea, you can use your darning needle and yarn. It will work out perfectly. So I'll start from the side of the neckline first. Insert your hook into the last stitch on one panel and insert your hook into the last stitch on the other panel. So on my second panel I have to chain 6 starting chain, so I'll skip 2 chains from the bottom like normal, and into the third chain I would insert my hook as well, then yarn over and pull through. So I advise that you tie your work together to secure it. We're going to insert our hook back into both sides like we did before, and yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through again to make a chain. So into the next stitch, which is the chain space, insert your hook into the chain on this panel. If you find it hard to do with your 5mm hook, you can downsize your hook. And into the next stitch on the second panel, you insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. Now you're going to pull this loop into the first loop to make a slip stitch. So into the next stitch on this panel, insert your hook, into the next stitch on the other panel, insert your hook, then you yarn over and pull through to create a slip stitch. So do this till you get to your stitch marker. Okay, slip stitch into every stitch on both panels. So now let's finish up. Insert your hook into the last stitch, that's the stitch you placed your stitch marker on both panels. Then you make a slip stitch, chain up one and cut. So now remove your stitch marker, and you're going to repeat the same thing you did here for the other side as well. I've already done mine, and we're going to work on our armhole. So guys, before we make the armhole, it's very important to note that your armhole determines how wide or how snug your sleeve will be. So you have to decide if you want your sleeve snug or you want your sleeve wide. But I will be going for a snug sleeve for this tutorial, because I think if my sleeve is wide on top and I attach a bell sleeve, it's going to look weird. So I'll be going for a very snug sleeve, and I'll be leaving a total of 6 inches for my armhole. So how I take my measurements is I place my tape at the top here and I stretch out my work a little bit, because this is actually very stretchy. Then place your stitch marker. And count how many rows you skipped from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I skipped 4 rows from the bottom, and I placed my stitch marker on top of the 4th row. So I'm going to place my stitch marker on the 4th row at the back panel here, and the front and back panel here as well. Now let's attach both sides together. I'll be starting from this side. To attach, you're going to insert your hook into the last stitch here and the last stitch for the other panel as well. Since I have the starting chain as my last stitch here, I will skip 3 chains from the last double crochet stitch and into the 4th chain insert your hook. Okay, and now attach your yarn like this, tie to secure like we did for the neckline, and then insert your hook back in, then yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through to make a chain. So now we're going to be slip stitching to the sides of each row till we get to our stitch marker, and I like to do mine randomly. Place at least 2 slip stitches in each row on both panels. So when you get to your stitch marker, you pull out your stitch marker on both panels and we make our last slip stitch to join. Chain up one and cut. Now do the same thing for the other side as well. So guys, I'm done with mine and this is how it looks like. Now we're going to start making the sleeves. You would need to turn your work to the front. So this side that has this slip stitch visible is the back of our shrug automatically. So turn your work to the front. Now this is how the front looks like, very clean. So we're going to start making the sleeves and I'll start from here. So for the sleeves, you would need to identify the first row on either side. You can choose the front or the back, but I'll be working on this side. So identify the first row after the row you made your slip stitches into for the side. Now into the first row here, insert your hook and attach your yarn. Tie to secure. So now you're going to insert your hook back in, yarn over and pull through, then chain up 6. So yarn over, go into the next row and you're going to make a double crochet. Chain up 3. Yarn over, go into the side of the next row and you make a double crochet. Chain up 3. Now into the next row you make a double crochet. So we're going to repeat this all around till we get to the last row here before the slip stitches on the side. So I've made my double crochet and chain spaces around till I got to my last row here. So I'm going to chain up 3 and slip stitch into the third chain of your starting chain. And that's it for row 1. Now for row 2, chain up 1 and turn your work. So you're going to slip stitch into the next chain space, chain up 6, yarn over, and would continue the mesh pattern. Into the next chain space, you make a double crochet, chain up 3, into the next chain space, you make a double crochet, chain up 3, all the way around till you get to the last chain space here. So guys, I've repeated the pattern all the way around till I got to my last chain space here. Okay, so I'm going to make 1 double crochet into the last chain space, chain up 3, and into the third chain of our starting chain we're going to make a slip stitch. So from here onwards, you need to repeat row 2 till it reaches up to your elbow when you try it on. So try as much as possible to try your work on as you're making your row repeats. And another alternative is that you take your measurement from your shoulder down to your elbow and just use that instead. For now, I'll do mine off camera and I'll tell you how many rows I did and also give you my measurement. So guys, I'm done with mine. I did a total of 10 rows and it measures 7.5 inches. So now we're going to start working on the bell part of the sleeve. And in order to do that, we need to map out the corner of our sleeve. So you can either do that by eyeballing your work or you count the amount of mesh boxes that you have. So mine is about 14. When I mean mesh boxes, this is 1 mesh box, 2, 3, 4, 5. So mine is 14 mesh boxes. So what I'm going to do is to deduct 2 from the total number I have, which is 14. That will give me 12 boxes. So 12 divided by 2 now is 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my stitch marker into the corner here. Then I will skip 6 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then into the 7th box, I will place my second stitch marker. So you can either decide to just eyeball your work if you don't want to go through the whole calculation stuff, but calculating it like how I taught will make your bell sleeve even on both sides. So let's start off the bell pattern. So for the bell pattern, chain up 1, turn your work, and into the very first mesh box that you place your stitch marker, you can take this out. Insert your hook into the box and you make a slip stitch. Chain up 6 and into that same chain space we're going to make a double crochet. This is going to be our increase for this row. Chain up 3, then we'll continue the pattern like normal. into the next chain space, you make a double crochet, chain up 3, into the next chain space, you make a double crochet, chain up 3. So just continue till you get to your next stitch marker. So I've worked my way around till I got to my second stitch marker. So you can take this out now, and into that chain space you make a double crochet, chain up 3, and you make another double crochet into the chain space. So this is going to be our second increase. Now continue the pattern like normal, chain up 3, into the next chain space you make a double crochet, chain 3, into the next chain space you make a double crochet. So you do this all the way around till you get to the end of the row. So I've gone around till I got to the end of the row, and now to finish up we would need to slip stitch into the third chain of our starting chain. So now this is the first increase row for the bell sleeve. What we are going to do for our bell sleeve pattern is we're going to make one increase row and 2 rows without increases. So those rows are our normal row repeat pattern. Now for the next row, chain up 1, turn your work, and into the very first chain space you make your slip stitch, chain up 6, and you're not going to make any increases. We're just going to continue like how we did for row 2. So into the next chain space you make a double crochet, chain up 3, into the next chain space you make a double crochet, chain up 3. So repeat the pattern all the way around till you get to the end of the row. So I've gone round till I got to the end of the row, and now to finish up this row we're going to slip stitch into the third chain of our starting chain like normal. So now we're going to make another row exactly like this without any increases. So guys, I'm done with mine. Now I've made 1 row of increase and 2 rows without increases as our normal mesh pattern. So now our next row is going to be an increase row. Remember I said the pattern for the bell sleeve is 1 increase row and 2 rows without increases. That's our normal mesh pattern for this sleeve. So our next row is going to be an increase row. It's either you eyeball your work or you did a little mathematics like I said. So the total mesh boxes I have now is 16. 16 minus 2 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So I'm going to place my stitch marker into the corner here. And skip 7 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And into the 8th, we're going to place our second stitch marker. So if you count your remaining boxes to the next stitch marker, it should be up to 7 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your number of boxes might differ from mine depending on your measurement. So just do the calculation and you still get the same results. Now we're going to repeat the increase row, chain up 1, turn your work, and into the very first chain space here you make your slip stitch, chain up 6, and into that same chain space you're going to make a double crochet. chain up 3. You can now take out your stitch marker and repeat the mesh pattern like normal till you get to the second stitch marker. Okay, so I've gone all the way around to my second stitch marker, and we're going to make a double crochet into that chain space, chain up 3, and you make another double crochet into the chain space. This is how your work should look like. Now chain up 3, and continue the mesh pattern like normal till you get to the end of the row. So now to finish up, slip stitch into the third chain of your starting chain. So for the next 2 rows, you're going to make your normal row repeat without any increases, like normal. So guys, I've made my 2 normal rows without increases, and this is where I'm going to leave you guys to continue with your sleeve. Remember, the pattern is 1 increased row and 2 rows without increases. You just keep doing that till you are okay with the length of your sleeve. So I'm going to do mine off camera and come back and tell you how many rows I did for mine, and also give you my measurements for my entire sleeve. So guys, I'm done with my sleeve, and this is how it looks like. This is so beautiful. I did a total of 28 rows, and it measures 23 inches. So now let me teach you guys how to finish up your sleeve. So to finish up, insert your hook into the third chain of your starting chain, and you make your slip stitch. Chain up 1, and you cut. So now you're going to go ahead and create your second sleeve. Make the same number of rows like you made for this sleeve for your second sleeve. I'll do mine off camera and come back and show you how it looks. So guys, I'm already done with my sleeves, and this is how it looks like. Go ahead and hide your loose ends and try it on. Check to see if it fits, and do well to tag me on any of my socials. The link is in the description box below. And for now, bye. See you guys in another tutorial soon. Have a nice day.